My wife cried. "Why are you so cold? You never touch me." I smirked and said, "I don't like sharing toys." Then I cast the Ring camera footage of her sneaking her coworker in while I was at work onto the living room TV. She tried to cover the screen in panic. Original post. 32 male. Never imagined I'd be writing this from a motel room, but here we are. 2 months ago, my wife dropped a nuclear bomb on my life, and I'm still picking up the pieces. But first, let me rewind to where this nightmare started. My wife, 29, and I have been married for 4 years. We met in college, dated for 3 years before getting married, and honestly, I thought we were solid. We had our issues like any couple, but nothing that screamed this is ending soon. About 6 months ago, she started working from home more often, said her company was transitioning to hybrid, and she wanted to take advantage of it. Made sense. I work in construction management, so I'm on site most days from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., sometimes later if there's an issue. Things seemed normal. We'd have dinner, watch TV, talk about our days. She mentioned making new friends in an online book club, started dressing nicer even for staying home, but I figured she just wanted to feel good about herself. Who was I to question that? Then, 3 months ago, my mom called me at work. She was crying. How would you do this to her? To our family. I had no idea what she was talking about. Mom, what are you talking about? Don't play dumb. Your wife told us everything. About your affair. My blood went cold. My what? She came to Sunday dinner yesterday. You said you had to work. She broke down crying, told us you've been cheating on her for months with someone from work. That she found texts, hotel receipts, everything. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. Mom, that's insane. I've never cheated on her. Ever. She showed us proof. Screenshots of messages. Don't lie to me. What messages? Mom, I swear on my life, I haven't done anything. She hung up. I tried calling back. Voicemail. Call my dad. Voicemail. My sister. Blocked. I drove home that day feeling like I was in a nightmare. My wife was in the living room, on her laptop, acting completely normal. Hey, babe, how was work? She asked, smiling. What did you tell my family? Her expression didn't change. What do you mean? My mom called me. Said you told them I'm cheating. She closed her laptop slowly. Oh, so she told you. Told me what? There's nothing to tell because I haven't done anything. She sighed like I was being unreasonable. Look, I know you're going to deny it, but I found the messages. I know about her. What messages? What are? I'm not seeing anyone. She pulled out her phone, showed me screenshots of text conversations. Messages to someone saved as work contact talking about meeting up, how much fun they had, can't wait to see them again. Suggestive stuff. Only problem? That wasn't my phone. Wrong case color, wrong wallpaper in the background of the screenshots. That's not even my phone, I said. Whatever. I'm done with this conversation. I told your family because they deserve to know what kind of person you are. You just destroyed my relationship with my family over fake screenshots. They're not fake. But sure, keep lying. That's what cheaters do. The gaslighting was insane. I grabbed my actual phone, showed her my messages. Look, nothing. No mysterious contacts. No deleted messages. Nothing. You probably deleted them. Check the phone bill then. Call the carrier. I'm not playing detective. I know what I saw. That's when it clicked. She was building a narrative, and she'd already poisoned my entire family against me. I spent the next week trying to reach anyone in my family. Nobody would talk to me. My sister sent one text. Don't contact me until you get help for whatever is wrong with you. My brother-in-law sent a longer message about how disappointed he was, how I was supposed to be a role model. How could I throw away a good woman like that? I tried to explain to anyone who would listen that I hadn't done anything, but the damage was done. She'd gotten to them first, played the devastated wife perfectly, and shown them evidence. That's when I realized I needed to protect myself. If she was willing to lie to my family like this, what else was she planning? I went to a security store the next day and bought 3 cameras, installed them in our living room, kitchen, and hallway while she was out meeting a friend. They were small, discreet, motion-activated, and recorded to cloud storage. I didn't tell her. Technically, it's my house too, so legally I'm allowed to have security cameras in common areas. Then I waited. Update 1. The cameras paid off within a week. I'm not even exaggerating. Day 3. She had someone over while I was at work. Tall guy, maybe mid-30s. They sat close on the couch. Too close. Had wine. He left around 4 p.m., about an hour before I usually got home. Day 5, different guy. Shorter, younger, wearing a tech company hoodie. Same deal. Wine, sitting close, lots of touching. Kissing. He left at 5 p.m. Day 8, first guy again. This time, they didn't stay in the living room long. I watched the hallway camera as they went to our bedroom. He left 2 hours later, looking satisfied. She was in a robe. I felt sick watching it. Not heartbroken, weirdly enough. More like validated, angry. I've been called a cheater for weeks by everyone I loved, and here was proof she was the one doing it. I downloaded everything to 3 separate USB drives. Kept one in my truck, one on my desk at work, one in a safe deposit box I opened that week. Then I called a lawyer. Not just any lawyer. The best divorce attorney in the area, according to online reviews. Cost me $400 just for the consultation, but worth it. Showed her the videos. She watched with no expression, then said, "This is good. Very good." She made a critical mistake, accusing you first without actual evidence. And her own behavior is documented. How long have you been recording? 8 days. Keep recording. Get at least a month of footage if you can. The more evidence of the affair, the better. Also, do you have proof you told your family she was lying? I showed her the messages, the call logs, everything. Perfect. Keep all of that. Now, here's what we're going to do. The plan was simple but brutal. We'd file for divorce on grounds of adultery. In our state, that actually matters for asset division. The footage would be her nuclear option if she tried to claim I was abusive or controlling or whatever narrative she wanted to spin. But first, I wanted my family to know the truth. I want to have a dinner, I told my lawyer. Invite everyone. Have her there. Show them the footage. My lawyer raised an eyebrow. That's dramatic and potentially risky. She could claim harassment, emotional distress. Can she, though? It's my family, my house, my security footage of my house. Technically, no, but it could make you look vindictive in court. I don't care. They need to see what she did, what she turned them against me for. My lawyer sighed. Okay, but I'm advising against this as your attorney. If you insist on doing it, make sure it's after we file the divorce papers. That way it can't be used as evidence you were trying to coerce her into anything. Deal. I kept recording for another 3 weeks. In that time, first guy came over 4 more times. Second guy came over twice. A third guy showed up once. My wife continued playing the devoted, betrayed spouse to anyone who would listen. She also started making moves on her assets. I noticed she transferred $3,000 from our joint account. We had one for household bills to her personal account. When I asked about it, she said it was for lawyer fees because she was preparing to leave me. You're the one who cheated, I said. No, you did. And I'm protecting myself financially in case you try to screw me in the divorce. I didn't argue, just documented it. During this time, I drafted messages to my family. Not explaining, just inviting them to dinner at the house. I need to talk to you all about what happened. I'm asking for 30 minutes of your time. Please. After that, if you want nothing to do with me, I'll respect that. But I need you to hear me out. I sent it to everyone except my wife. She'd get her own special invitation. My mom was the first to respond. I don't know what you think you're going to say that will change anything. My dad. If your mother wants to go, I'll come. My sister. This better not be more lies. My brother-in-law didn't respond. My wife's parents had apparently been told the same story. Her mom sent me a nasty message about how I was scum, how their daughter deserved better, how I'd burn for this. Fun stuff. I invited them too. 2 days before the dinner, my lawyer filed the divorce papers. Cited adultery, listed the approximate dates, I had video evidence, requested full asset disclosure. My wife was served at home while I was at work. She called me 17 times. I didn't answer. Finally texted, talked to my lawyer. She showed up on my job site the next day, causing a scene in front of my coworkers and clients. Screaming about how I was trying to destroy her, how dare I file without talking to her first, how she was going to take me for everything. Security escorted her off the property. My boss was understanding when I explained I was going through a divorce, but told me to keep my personal life from affecting work. The day of the dinner came. I'd ordered catering, nothing fancy, just sandwich platters and sides. Set up the dining room nice. Had my laptop ready, connected to the TV. My family arrived first. Mom, dad, sister, brother-in-law. They looked uncomfortable. Nobody was making eye contact with me. "Thanks for coming," I said. My mom just pursed her lips. My sister crossed her arms. Then my wife arrived, and everything changed. Update 2. My wife walked in like she owned the place, which technically she still half did. She brought backup, her mom, her dad, and her younger brother. "What's this about?" she demanded. "Your lawyer said we shouldn't be in the same room." "This isn't about the divorce," I lied. "This is about clearing things up with our families." Her mom immediately jumped in. "There's nothing to clear up. You cheated. You're a liar. End of story." "Mom, please," my own mother said quietly. The two of them had been friends before all this. Now there was ice between them. Everyone sat down. The tension was thick enough to cut. My wife sat between her parents, shooting me looks that could kill. My family clustered on the other side of the table. I stood at the head of the table, hands shaking slightly, but voice steady. "I asked you all here because 3 months ago, someone lied to you. Someone told you I was having an affair, showed you fake evidence, turned my own family against me." I looked at my wife, and that someone is sitting right here. "Oh, here we go." She rolled her eyes. More denial. "I'm not denying anything, because I didn't do anything. I opened my laptop, but someone in this room did, and I have proof." Her face went pale, just slightly, but I saw it. "What are you talking about?" her dad asked. "I'm talking about the fact that for the past month, I've had security cameras installed in our common areas. For safety, obviously, and those cameras caught some very interesting footage." My wife stood up. "You've been spying on me?" "No, I installed security cameras in my own house." "Big difference." "This is insane," her mom said. "We're leaving." "Sit down," my dad said firmly. First words he'd spoken all evening. "Let him talk." They sat, reluctantly. I clicked play on the first video. Dated, time-stamped. My wife and the first guy on the couch. The kissing. Her hand on his leg. Him whispering something in her ear that made her laugh. The room went silent. "That's from 3 weeks ago," I said. "Tuesday afternoon. I was at work." "I can explain," my wife started. "There's more." Second video. Same guy, different day. Going into the bedroom. Coming out 2 hours later. Third video. The second guy. More kissing. Her sitting in his lap. Fourth video. Back to the first guy. Her in her robe. Him leaving, looking back at her, standing in the doorway. I had 12 videos total. Played them all. Different men, different days, all while I was at work. My mom's hand was over her mouth. My sister looked stunned. My brother-in-law was staring at my wife with disgust. When the last video finished, nobody spoke for a full minute. My wife broke first. "You have no right." "No right to what?" "To have cameras in my own house? To document what's happening under my roof." Her dad stood up, looking at his daughter. "Is this real?" "Daddy, Answer me. Is this real?" She started crying. Not sad crying, angry crying. "He drove me to this. He was never home, never paid attention to me. I was lonely." "So you lied about him cheating?" my mom asked, her voice shaking. "You made us believe our son was a monster." "I didn't lie. He emotionally cheated. He—" "Show me the messages," my sister interrupted. "The ones you showed us before. Show them to me right now." My wife's face went red. "I don't have them anymore." "Because they were fake," I said. "She made them up. Got them from somewhere online or faked them herself. That wasn't even my phone in the screenshots." Her brother, who'd been silent this whole time, spoke up. "Sis, what the hell? You don't understand. None of you understand. He made me feel invisible. This was my way of—" "Your way of what?" I interrupted. "Your way of cheating with multiple men while making sure everyone thought I was the bad guy. So when you asked for a divorce, you'd be the victim and I'd be the cheater who deserved nothing." Her mom stood up, looking at me with pure venom. "You're twisting this. She made a mistake, yes, but you drove her to it. You were never there for her." "I worked," I said. "I worked 10-hour days to support us, so she could work from home and build her career. And she used that time to sleep with other men." "Don't you dare judge her," her mom shrieked. And then my mom fainted, just straight up collapsed. My dad caught her before she hit the floor. Everyone started panicking. My sister called 911 while my dad got my mom onto the couch. She came to after about 30 seconds, disoriented and pale. "I'm okay," she whispered. I can't believe." The paramedics arrived within 10 minutes. Checked her out, said her blood pressure had spiked from stress, but she was okay. Recommended she see her doctor. During all this chaos, my wife and her family tried to leave. "Where do you think you're going?" I asked. "We don't have to listen to this," her dad said. "No, you don't. But everyone here now knows the truth. And those videos? My lawyer has copies. The court will see them. Every single one." Her mom's eyes narrowed. "You planned this. You manipulated all of us." I documented the truth. "There's a difference. You're a vindictive, cruel man," she spat. "And your daughter's a liar who commits adultery. Guess we're both terrible people." They left. Slammed the door so hard a picture fell off the wall. My family stayed. My mom was crying quietly. My dad looked shell-shocked. My sister just kept staring at where my wife had been sitting. "I'm sorry," my mom finally said. "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. We should have listened to you. You believed her. She had evidence, or what you thought was evidence. I don't blame you. We cut you off," my sister said, tears in her eyes. "We didn't even give you a chance to defend yourself. She got to you first. She knew what she was doing." My dad pulled me into a hug. First time he'd touched me in months. "Your mother's right. We're sorry. We failed you." We talked for another hour. I explained everything. The fake messages, my attempts to prove my innocence, the cameras, the lawyer, all of it. They listened, really listened. When it finally left, my mom hugged me tight. "We'll make this right. Whatever you need." I didn't respond. Not sure what making it right even looks like at this point. Spent that night alone in the house, knowing my wife wouldn't be coming back. Not sure I wanted her to anyway. Final update. The aftermath of the dinner hit faster than I expected. Within 24 hours, things escalated in ways I didn't see coming. First, my wife moved out. Showed up the next morning with her brother and father, packed her stuff while I was at work. I changed the locks, but technically she still had rights to access her belongings, so my lawyer told me to let her in with supervision. I had a buddy from work stay there while they cleared out her stuff. According to him, she cried the entire time, while her mom kept saying I was abusing her by forcing her out of her home. The house was in my name only. I bought it 2 years before we got married. She had zero claim to it, which her lawyer would soon discover. Second, her family went nuclear. Her mom posted on social media about how I was harassing and humiliating her daughter, how I'd violated her privacy with illegal surveillance, and how I was trying to destroy a vulnerable woman. The post got maybe 30 shares before my sister responded with, "Funny how you don't mention the multiple affairs or the fake evidence she used to turn our entire family against him. Stop playing victim." The comments section became a war zone. Half our mutual friends took sides. Most who actually knew both of us came to my defense once they heard about the videos. The others, well, they weren't really friends anyway. Third, and this is where it got stupid, her affair partners got involved. The first guy, apparently, was her ex-boyfriend from college. He reached out to me on social media. "Bro, I had no idea she was married. She told me she was single and living alone. I feel terrible. Do you need me to testify or something?" I screenshot that and sent it to my lawyer. She replied, "Oh, this is gold. Absolutely gold." The second guy was married. His wife somehow found out, small town energy, and apparently lost her mind. She called me, sobbing, asking for copies of the videos. My lawyer said absolutely not, but I could direct her to file for divorce and subpoena the evidence through discovery. Last I heard, she did exactly that. That guy's life imploded harder than mine. The third guy just vanished. Never heard from him again. But the real entitlement came from my wife's legal response. Her lawyer sent mine a motion claiming the cameras were installed to intimidate and harass her. The dinner was premeditated emotional abuse. I owed her spousal support because she'd become accustomed to a certain lifestyle. She deserved half of everything, including my house, because marriage is a partnership. My lawyer's response was 20 pages of legal speak that boiled down to, Your client committed adultery with multiple partners, defrauded her husband's family with fake evidence, and has no legal claim to property owned before the marriage. Try again. The court date for temporary orders was brutal. My wife showed up looking devastated, tissues in hand, playing the wounded woman. Her lawyer painted me as controlling and vindictive. Then my lawyer played a compilation of the videos. The judge's face went from neutral to disgusted. Mrs., did you or did you not engage in extramarital affairs? Yes, but, and did you tell your husband's family he was the one having an affair? I was confused, I thought. Did you show them fabricated evidence? Silence. I'm granting the motion for divorce on grounds of adultery. As for asset division, we'll address that at trial, but I'm not inclined to be generous to someone who committed fraud and adultery. Temporary support is denied. Next case. Her lawyer looked stunned. My wife started crying. Her mom, who'd come for support, started yelling about how the system was biased against women. The bailiff told her to leave or be held in contempt. Outside the courtroom, her dad approached me. Alone. I owe you an apology, he said quietly. Yeah, you do. I believed her. Fathers want to believe their daughters. But what she did to you, to your family, that's not right. I'm sorry. Does she know you're talking to me? No. And she'd lose it if she did. But I needed to say it. For what it's worth, you deserve better. He walked away before I could respond. The divorce took 4 more months to finalize. In the end, I kept the house, was mine anyway. She got her car and her personal belongings. We split the joint savings account, which only had about $8,000 left after she drained it. She had to pay back the $3,000 she'd taken without permission. No alimony for her because of the adultery. She had to pay her own legal fees. Her lawyer dropped her halfway through, and she had to get a cheaper one. I lost some stuff. Our joint furniture, wedding gifts we'd received together, stuff like that. She took the TV, the gaming console I'd built for our anniversary, some kitchen stuff. Petty losses, but still losses. Cost me maybe $4,000 to replace everything. The emotional toll was worse. I had to block about 20 people who kept messaging me about forgiveness and being the bigger person. Started therapy because I couldn't sleep. Kept having nightmares about watching those videos, about my mom fainting, about the judge's disgusted face. Work suffered too. I got distracted, missed deadlines, snapped at my crew a few times. My boss sat me down and said, "Look, I get you're going through it, but you need to get your head right or take some time off." I took 2 weeks off, stayed with my parents. Let my mom cook for me, let my dad take me fishing, let my sister remind me I wasn't the bad guy here. As for my wife, last I heard through mutual friends. She's living in a small apartment on the other side of town. Lost a bunch of friends when the truth came out. Her ex-boyfriend, the first guy, blocked her after his current girlfriend found out. The married guy's wife threatened to sue her for alienation of affection. Not sure if that's legally real, but scared her. She's working 2 jobs now because she can't afford her lifestyle anymore. Her mom is still posting about me being the villain, but nobody's engaging anymore. My family? We're rebuilding. It's slow. There's still hurt there, still tension when we talk about that. Period. My mom apologizes constantly, which I keep telling her to stop doing. My sister checks in on me every few days. My brother-in-law bought me a beer and said, "Sorry I doubted you, man. That was messed up. I haven't dated anyone. Don't really want to yet." Trust is broken in a fundamental way. I see a couple holding hands, and I wonder if one of them is lying. I see a woman on her phone, and I wonder if she's texting someone she shouldn't be. Therapy helps. My therapist says it'll take time. That trauma doesn't heal on a schedule. Some people messaged, asking if I regret the dinner. If I think it was too harsh, too public, too dramatic. Honestly, no. She destroyed my reputation with surgical precision. Turned my family against me with fake evidence and crocodile tears. Made me look like a monster to everyone I loved. The dinner wasn't revenge. It was the truth. And yeah, it was dramatic. But so was lying my entire family for 3 months while sleeping with multiple men in our house. She played stupid games, won stupid prizes. Would I do it differently? Maybe I'd warn my mom so she wouldn't faint. That part genuinely scared me. But the rest? The cameras, the evidence, the confrontation? I'd do it all again. Because at the end of the day, I'm not the one who has to live with what she did. She is, and that's consequence enough.